Oh, how we doing? Trying to find my hat. Where to hide my hat? Well, I'll use my other one. I've always felt naked without a hat. Neither, you got my hat? Well, I hope everybody's doing okay today. Me, I'm trying to get this hat to fit. Hold on at the same time. Huh. That's weird. Lost my hat. How we doing, everybody? 420 Jim here. Yep, that's my legal name for those that don't know. Ah, there it is. For 10 years, I was on the road fighting for cannabis legalization under federal law, la-da-da, release all prisoners and all. I come off the road last year, so I get eye surgery, which is what I'm doing now. And hopefully, by March, it will be over with. That's why I didn't do a TNT Live yesterday, was because I had to go to the doctor. I had an eye thing. So now I got to go see a cataract surgeon, but they can't get me until the 26th. So after I see the cataract surgeon, he's going to schedule an appointment with the other surgeon, the retina surgeon, and they're going to plan on doing the retinal surgery, which is to take out this eyeball, I guess, and take the rubber band off and take the silicone out that they put in there, the oil. And after he's done, he's going to have the cataract surgeon step in and do the cataract that's in that eye. And then he's going to finish up by cleaning the scar tissue and stuff that's on my lens. So that's something I got to look forward to. Excuse me one sec. But the good Lord's taking care of me anyway. I hope to do these videos pretty much every day. New petition coming out real soon. By the weekend, before Monday. Could be tomorrow, could be this. I'm not going to put a specific time on it because I've got so many things I'm doing. Anyhow, new petition coming out now that Trump's back in office. And I want to go all the way to Washington this year again. Hey, how we doing? I want to let Trump know that we need to do it this year. How we doing, my friend? So anyhow, as you may see with some of my videos, I am repainting the cannabis. I'm not just repainting it, I'm renaming it. And no, I'm not going to tell you all the name, not right now. I did have on my social media that when I hit $100 helping for the paint and stuff to do it, that I'd reveal the name, but nobody helped me get the paint. Yeah. And that's cool, because, I mean, I know money's tight. Everybody's trying to live right now, but maybe things will lighten up a little bit here shortly, and we will be able to afford a few things. But here we go. She's getting there. I still got to paint the bumper, right where the grill is and the bumper. I need to repaint that, but all the white's done right there. And white's done there. What do you think? Not bad for a one-eyed person, I guess, huh? And a couple of days. It's not finished. From the crease line down, I need to put a second coat of white. You know, so that the other white will pass. That's good. I've got to put a second coat of green there. So I haven't took the tape off or nothing there. I didn't get to work on it yesterday because I was at the eye doctor. So this is just what I have done today, to give you an idea how she's going to look. Now down below on the white, I've got plans to put a lot of things, some crosses, some marijuana leaves, all kinds of things. Get this thing back on the road. Try and get Trump's attention. And I had to get my glasses. Try and get Trump's attention. Hey, thank you about the beard. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyhow, I want to be back out on the road by March. And if the surgery and everything keeps going the way it is, okay, by the end of the 26th, I've got a cataract appointment. So that'll be towards the end of November, meaning I'll have my surgery in December. And if everything works, that should heal by January, you know, and February I could have the other cataract taken care of. And that would put me on the road in March, just like I'd want to be. So, good Lord's taking care of me. So what do you think of my new colors paint job? It's not nowhere near done yet. But, instead of the little stripe I had downside, I thought I'd do the bigger one and move it up. Now, I may do a smaller stripe down below with the red, yellow, and green, but I don't know. I like all that white so people can tag it, but it's not going to be a lot of white there after I get the designs put on it. I still got to put another coat on the green there, so that's why the tape's still up there. And yeah, there's a couple touch-up spots I got to come back and get, but I'm kind of proud of it for one eye. And same on the other side, down below, where you see the shadows, I got to put one more coat of white. But this is all done right here with throwaway paintbrushes. Okay? This paint job is done with throwaway paintbrushes even. Not too bad, huh? One eye and throwaway paintbrushes. I'm pretty proud of it. When I get the bumper all fixed and painted and everything on the front and the back. And then I don't know if I'm going to do the windows first or play with the body and start putting the designs on it. Probably put the designs on it. She will not be named a cannabis, though. It's going to have a brand new name. Yeah, I need to put another coat right here on this white, even though it's had two coats, because I can barely see the crosses and the gel bars that were there. So yeah, I'll put another coat of white on that. Not too bad. I'm happy with her. When this is said and done, of course I did all the labor. If you had to pay someone, that'd be, you know, there's a lot of hours and would cost a lot of money. But by not having to pay nobody no labor, doing it all myself, this paint job is going to cost me a whopping $250. And that's after I put the designs on it and all. So where are you going to find a place that you can, you know, that would paint your vehicle for $250? Woo. Please look out for the petition. Like I say, I'll announce it. I'll be sharing it every day. There'll be a link. There'll be a QR. Please sign the petition. Pass it along to others. If it asks you to donate money to the petition, that's up to you. It pays them to promote it, but I don't know whether they promote it or not. It does not help me like a lot of people think. Because I've had people, oh, I've helped you. No, you helped the petition. You didn't help me, but you helped the petition. And I think it's just a waste of money personally when you send it to the petition site. Because if you hit no thanks, I'll share instead, if everybody signs it and shares it, we wouldn't have to pay them to share it. You know what I mean? So, but hey, I'll tell you, I tried this for 10 years getting people to sign it, but they'd sign it one time and they'd forget every 4 years I'd have to change the petition because there's a different set of people in office. Okay, this is a brand new petition. But I could show you from 4 years ago where I used to taunt Trump on his Twitter and everything. I'd send him messages about legalization and all. I want to let him know that I'm back. You know, this year that my eye's good. He's back in office and it's time to do. And if y'all help me get the cannabis back, well, it won't be the cannabis anymore, cannabis. But you help me get the RV back on the road, you know, and follow me and sign the petition and stuff. I'll take it all the way to Washington. Back in 2015, I think it was. Might have been 2014. Yeah, 2014 maybe. It was the last year that Obama was in office. And right before they legalized in Washington, I did a march on D.C. I did a 420 march. And we had the park. I had the park right next to the White House, Pershing Park. So I know how to do that, you know. I know how to pull the permits and get a march and all that. I've done it before, so I could do it again. And, you know, for 11 plus years now, they promised to declassify it. And now Texas, another part of Texas, is all happy about they voted in decriminalization. Decriminalization is the stupidest thing you can ask for. Now, maybe for heroin or you know, a real drug, cocaine or something, if one wanted to decriminalize that, okay, that I could go for. But cannabis shouldn't have ever been made illegal at all. And to say it's decriminalized means that, hey, I'm guilty. You can take my pot and give me a fine or make me go to a court or a class or something. And if I fail to pay that fine or go to that class or whatever I'm ordered, because I had cannabis decriminalized, they go to jail for violating court orders. See what I mean? So decriminalization is nothing but a fancy trap. It's like you go into court over a traffic ticket and say, Your Honor, I did that, but I've got an excuse. I forget what they call that in court, traffic court and whatnot. Guilty, you know, but I got an excuse. It's like that. You're admitting it. And as long as Texas says, as long as the people that vote in Texas say they're happy with decriminalization, Texas will never legalize. Never. Even if the feds tomorrow said it was legal, I doubt Texas would legalize. Because they're making bank by keeping people dumb. When you have decriminalization, that means the cops can get your pot, give you fines and stuff. You got to pay the courts. You got to do whatever they want because you're admitting it's still illegal. But you don't care. You don't have to go to court. You pay the fine and do whatever they want. So what part of that is legal? None of it. And see, we want it legalized. Period. The heck with decriminalization. That, to me, that's like keeping a class 1 narcotic, no medical value, and letting doctors sell it as medicine. Well, not doctors, dispensaries, you know, selling it as medicine. Kind of funny how they do that, isn't it? Oh, heck, I'm trying to find a place to sit. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'll sit out here a little bit. But I went to the eye doctor yesterday because they 10 weeks ago or so, they took my eye out, put a rubber band around it, and filled it with silicone. I had a detached retina. That was the second surgery. First time, they just tried to put a gas bubble in there after they repaired it, and it tore. So doc yesterday said everything looks fine, but he wants to do the cataract at the same time, and he's ready to do the retina anytime the cataract surgeon's ready to come in and do the cataract. So they can use the same operating room and all that stuff, you know, same knock out one time the whole 9 yards, which I prefer. So I see the cataract guy on the 26th, I think. And then everything should be scheduled for taking the rubber band off my eye, rinsing the oil out, taking the cataract out, and then the one that's taking the oil out, the retina guy, is going to clean the scars and stuff off the lens or something like that. So that's what I got to look forward to between now and the first of the year. Now, I do these TNT lives, and a lot of times they're going to be boring and whatnot, but I'd like to build up the channel. And you could help me simply by giving it a thumbs up or making a comment like you do or something. That's wonderful and that's great. I had somebody here the other day. They was commenting left and right, and they couldn't figure out. Well, that's good. It helps. But if you don't have trolls, you're not doing something right. But I had someone keep saying, don't, kids don't do drugs. And I got to agree with that. I don't want any kids doing drugs. But cannabis is not a drug. There's not one person on earth been able to prove to me what narcotic is in marijuana. That's why I'm not in prison. They busted me for 2 counts of sales back in 2013. 2014, when they found me incompetent to stand trial because I asked them to prove to my jury what narcotic was in marijuana. I hit the road. Well, I had my vision. A couple months later, I took an RV I had, put some pot leaves on it and stuff, and I hit the road trying to get Obama to change the laws on cannabis. And that was the very beginning, and that was the original cannabis. Now, the cannabis burnt in Knoxville, Tennessee in 2017. And a Vietnam vet gave me this one for $1,000. It only had 30,000 miles on it. He said I didn't have to continue the mission, but if I wanted to, I was welcome to. See, I had a bunch of vets in 2015 ask me to be their voice. Back then, they couldn't speak up and talk about, you know, marijuana because they would lose their benefits or checks, whatever. So back then, they asked me if I'd be their voice, and that's one of the highest honors I ever get. And I told them that I would, you know, and I'll be out here and long as I can. Well, between some really bad trolls that I've got, and if you follow and look up, you know, you'll see or do a little research about that. I'm not really proud about it. Now, what they do are just lies and it's trolls and stuff, but I used to interact with them, and I'm not proud of that at all. You know, I learned that, you know what, you just got to forgive. And even though for a good year now, I've forgiven them, I haven't harassed nothing, you know. And they just keep trying to get worse and worse. But, you know, all truth comes out in the end. It's like that Awesome Possum Band of Recreation in Graham, Texas. Man, I thought they were some of the best people in the world and stuff until they ripped me off and everything this year. I couldn't believe that. But good Lord took care of me, because after they illegally unplugged my electric and threw me out, I came closer to my family to get my eye surgery done. Well, anyhow, while I was waiting to try and get some justice, which I sued them and won $500, not a whole lot, but better than nothing. Between that and one of the trolls that was harassing me for the 4 years sent me $600 to get home and an apology to everybody for doing what he did. See, there was 4 main trolls. Now it's down to 2. 2 of them have come clean and apologized. And like I said, that's been going on for 4 years. So, and they keep trying to get my goat, but they can't no more, because every year I get closer and closer and closer and closer to God. And I love it. I love it. And so what if they don't want to take forgiveness? I give it to them. Heck, the Awesome Possum people even went into court, and instead of telling the judge, which everybody knows the reason he unplugged my electric and threw me out of Awesome Possum was because I bailed his wife out of jail. She went to jail for 2 grams or less of marijuana. He sells pot, but he wanted her busted for a DUI. And why the cops didn't bust her on a DUI, I don't know, because they was like 30 open beer containers. I mean, her husband complained the next day on Rants and Raves and Graham about how the cops were looking at her tits instead of busting his wife she had open beer cans, like 30 of them in there. She had a 19-year-old that was drunk, and all. And the only thing they got her for was the marijuana. But, oh my God. So that's why they did what they did. And instead of just telling the judge that, they tried to say that I made sexual comments about one of their guests, Monica. Oh, there's your good one right there. Oh my gosh. Anyhow, it was a shit show out there. And I love to tell people about it because you got to stay away from the liars and thieves. Had I known that they were like that, I would have never went out there. I would have never trusted them. But because of all that happening, when I got thrown out, long story short, I went up on the town square where I normally sit with my petition. What else am I going to do? I had just been operated on and everything, and I have no electric or nothing. So I go up and sit on the square, and this is the day after they unplugged my electric. And of course I got a generator. I was running it, but I couldn't have no AC. So I go up on town square and I talk to people about the petition. People come by, to sign the petition. And they love to write on the cannabis. Tag it, put their name on it, whatever. And if they donate a penny, a nickel, a dime, a dollar, a hug, whatever, I let them do that. Whew. Oh, look, here we go. Here we go. Here's the one that does it. Yeah, this is one of the trials here, which is good. Every time they do a comment like that, it brings the algorithm up, which is great. And yeah, kids should not do drugs at all. I got to agree with this one here. It wants the attention so bad. You're absolutely right. But cannabis is not a drug, and that's what I talk about and what I advocate for. So is cannabis. Nobody should be in jail for weed. You kind of show your ignorance if you're talking about cannabis. Oh, goodness sakes. So anyhow, I've got a history with Trump, you might say. The whole time he was in office, I was out on the road trying to get him to legalize. When he was in Topeka, Kansas, I could damn near reach out and touch the car that his son was in that came, out and around. So, going to do it, I hope. Sorry, I'll try and continue that story later. I got sidetracked with the troll. I love it because like every comment I think's a point. Yesterday, it got up so many viewers that it said I couldn't have any more after 159 because I didn't have that many subscribers. Oh, goodness sakes. But nobody to this day, Mr. Guy that says don't do drugs, which I agree with, but weed is not a drug. It's not. Weed is not a drug. Man makes drugs. God never made a drug. God didn't make a drug. Man made a drug. You can't go to alcohol and get drunk without man messing with it. You can't go to the cocaine plant and get high without man processing it and messing with it. Now, when you come to the vapes and the cartridges and the abstracts and stuff, I'll agree with you. That I would call a drug. Because man is processing it to do that. You see what I'm saying? But if it's just a plant grown like back in George Washington days and stuff, if I could go just grow my own plant, no, it's not a drug. The only reason they call it a drug is they say there's a narcotic in it. What do they tell you the narcotic is? Do you know? What is it they tell you the narcotic is? It is not addictive. Dude, you're talking to someone that used to do cocaine, my friend, and alcohol, and cigarettes. Okay, those are addictive. Okay, cannabis is not addictive at all, man, my friend. When I want to not smoke, I simply not smoke. Because if you constantly smoke and smoke and smoke and smoke or eat edibles, whatnot, you lose your tolerance. All your cannabinoid receptors are full, and you reach that level. The trick is to not do no THC or nothing for a week or two. Let some of them cannabinoid receptors clean off so the new ones can come in. But see, you're very uneducated about the cannabis plant. Very uneducated about you're very uneducated about it. Your body makes the same technically, whatever the hell THC stands for, I can't think of it. Your body produces that same thing. And when a lady has breast milk, her natural levels, never smoked pot in her life or ate edible, her natural levels, which we all produce, is 8 times higher than any other time in her life. You know why? Take a guess. What do you think gives hunger and pain relief to the fetus as it develops in the womb? It would be cannabis. No. Oh, I didn't say you should drive a car when you're high. Yeah. Did I say that? Nope. And see, you just automatically think I think of smoking pot. No, I think of hemp fuel, hemp paper, hemp clothing, hemp plastic. Anything made of wood can be made of marijuana. Anything made of plastic can be made of marijuana. Nobody belongs in jail for marijuana. Do you know marijuana was in the anointing oil? Okay, do you believe in God? Okay? If you believe in God, do me one favor. Go open up Exodus 30:23. Get out of King James. He's a bad guy. Go to the Hebrew Bible. Before King James. Go to the Hebrew Bible. Open up Exodus 30:23. And if you don't have a Bible, just go to Google and say marijuana and the anointing oil. And you're going to learn something. You're going to learn something just like you didn't know that we produce THCs in our body and the ladies are 8 times higher when they have breast milk. Okay? We've been lied about a lot of stuff. See? It's not even, all these people go to jail for THC, and that's a lie. It's not THC. It's THCA. When that plant grows and I go over here and I pick a bud off and give it to someone, or they sell it to someone and they get busted and they get caught up with THC, that's a lie. Absolute lie. It's THCA. And it ain't going to get you high until what? You apply heat. Then the medical goes down and the euphoria goes up because you applied heat by either smoking it, vaping it, or putting it in like a brownie or a butter or something. Hey, Houston, I've been there. You know me. Hey, maybe he will be. I don't know. You know, I can't say one way or the other. I don't tell people to smoke anything. See, I smoked tobacco for 30 plus years, 40 years probably. Good Lord, let me walk away from it. You know, no patches, no gum, no nothing. Good Lord, prayer, let me walk away from it. Same with alcohol, cocaine. So, it is what it is. Well, and God said anything in moderation. I'm the poster child for take away alcohol. My mom was murdered Christmas Day in the late 80s in Sarasota, Florida. 4 people in an alcohol party that went bad. If it had been a pot party, she would be alive. Okay, but I don't tell people you can't drink and take away alcohol. I don't do alcohol. I had quit I just made a post. It was 2020. last time I took a drink. And that was out at Awesome Possum Band and Recreation, matter of fact, when I made the first post. And I quit drinking until this year. And a few months ago, peer pressure, whatever, just everybody out there at Awesome Possum Van and Recreation in Graham, Texas was drinking, and I guess I kind of wanted to fit in. And I'd go up there and sit and drink one, maybe two beers with them, and then I'd go home and drink a couple beers. But I'm so glad that they did what they did, and the good Lord got me out of that. That was a blessing. And then I got baptized right after that. Oh, that's what the story I was telling you about was when I set up on the town square and was talking to people. I went to Walmart that evening. And the gentleman that baptized me, I met him that day. He come into Walmart. He says, "Man, I've been looking for you." And I'm like, "Here I am." What? And he says, "Well, you changed a guy's mind that I didn't think no one could ever change. He's on the city council here, and you know, he's pretty well-to-do and stuff. And I can't believe you changed his mind." And I didn't know what he was talking about. So he told me that he had seen me the year before when I'd come through, and he didn't like me in his town with the marijuana bust and everything, and wanted to get me thrown out of town. And the preacher told him, "Well, we can't do that, you know, but put a thing behind him, say no to drugs." And I said, that would have been a good thing to do, you know, because I wouldn't have minded. Cannabis is not a drug, and I do say no to drugs. So he happened to see me there, and instead of going and yakking the preacher or whatnot, I guess he came and talked to me. Because when this guy pulls up in the pickup truck, it's got crosses in the back, and was telling me about how I changed someone's mind, he says, this guy come to the church service, happened to be that night, Bible study, and said, "Wow, man, that guy is very educated and a really nice guy." I was totally wrong about him. So that's why the preacher come and looked me up, because the good Lord, you know, changed the minds there. Okay, and so me and this preacher's talking, and lo and behold, the next day I get baptized in Edmond Lake in Graham, Texas. It was just a couple months ago, after I got thrown out of Awesome Possum. And before getting baptized, Jack, that was that city councilman or whatever he was, did a little thing, a little speech like whatever, about how he wanted me thrown out of his town and stuff, until he sat and listened to me and got an education on cannabis and hemp. Oh yeah, Brandon, but see, not everybody was here 2 days ago. Oh, there you go. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I'm 60, almost 66 years old. In 2 days, this has been completely, well, 3 days. No more than 3 days total work. This has been completely sanded down by me alone and completely repainted by me alone with a throwaway paintbrush, my friend. So don't be calling stoners lazy. That's just a lazy person that smokes pot, okay? You know, I prove you wrong every day. Go back years ago when I was up at Budge Creek motocross track, digging the pond and working the races. See the emblem there? Oh yeah. 3 different years I was up there doing the races and digging the pond for them and stuff. Yeah. No, that's just the lazy person that smokes pot. That's that problem. They keep holding someone's messages. Oh, someone earlier. Hey, You know, hey, my legal name, okay? My legal name, I love. Because in 2019, I did something that most people don't have the guts to do. And I'm one of them people, if you're going to talk the talk, my friend, you better be able to walk the walk. They put your last name on the top of your license. Last name 4. First name, last name Jim, I'm sorry. First name 4, middle name 20, last name Jim. Well, you say cheers to being a stoner. Just because I love weed and all don't mean I'm a stoner. But you're right, I am. I won't deny it. It's better than being a cokehead or anything. I'm glad I'd never done heroin or downers or anything. I used to be a cocaine addict or head. And God, I ain't touched that in 20 years. Good Lord, let me walk away from it. Let me walk away from tobacco. Let me walk away from alcohol. Was directed, yeah, there you go. What's this about? I know. I know. Someone up here was talking about stoners being lazy. Let me see if I can go back and see this. It might be because it's up for review. Oh, yeah. Arc alone, it makes you dumb and lazy. I mean, I just went back up to it. It makes you dumb and lazy. Oh, I took a screenshot of it. I didn't know if this app would let you do that or not. But that's what it says. I mean, if we took it out of content, I'm sorry. But I was just, you know. Oh, you said weed fried brain cells? Well, you need an education. You need an education there, my friend. There you go. Yeah. I bet you don't know what Abraham Lincoln's 2 favorite things to do on his front porch was. You know, one of our forefathers there, Abraham Lincoln, not to mention George Washington and Thomas Jefferson traded seeds. That's proven. But what was Abraham Lincoln's favorite thing to do on his front porch? There's a video of me and a cop. We was there 45 minutes, and he wanted to learn all about cannabis. He was a cool cop. And he Googled it. And it'll tell you, sitting on his front porch, playing harmonica and smoking his pipe full of sweet hemp. Not just regular pot, but sweet hemp, you know? Not regular hemp, sweet hemp. Well, I don't promote smoking. We shouldn't put smoke in our temple and whatnot. But I do still smoke it, you know. But I don't tell others to smoke it. Honestly, if my grandkids wanted to try it or whatnot, I would suggest an edible. You know, a candy, a brownie, a cookie, whatever, which is a little bit different high, but, you know, we shouldn't put that smoke in our temple. And I'm not going to tell anyone to. But, before they smoke the first cigarette, if they're going to smoke anything at all, a vape, whatever, if they got to have that smoke in their lungs like I do, I hope like hell it's cannabis. I do. I said that on one of the news. Oh, I've been on so many TV news things that I forget. But one of them actually left that in there when I said that hopefully none of my grandkids smoke anything. But before they pick up a Marlboro or a Cool or anything like that, I hope they pick up pot instead. And I was surprised that they let that stay in there. But see, it gets so crazy. This is always on my door. I'll make a nicer, newer, fancier sign this time. Like I say, new paint job, new name. new petition, new mission, totally. And I will get the mission statement and the petition out here shortly. How shortly, I don't know. Hopefully by the weekend. Now that we've got a new president, I want to get things moving along. No, you shouldn't drive when you're stoned. I agree with you, Brandon, on that. Brandon, you shouldn't drive and be stoned. You know, some people get so stoned they sit at a stop sign waiting for it to turn green. I mean, they are stoners like that. I agree with you. Don't get stoned and drive. No, you know, just be responsible like alcohol. You know, you don't want to go and sit at the bar and get drunk and go drive. Yeah, smoke at home, smoke at a friend's. Wait a couple hours before you get on the car and go home. No, don't tell you it's a drug, dude. Man makes drugs. You can't OD on pot. You can OD on caffeine, on nicotine, on alcohol, cocaine. You can OD on any of that. You can't OD on pot. Just like you can't OD on mushrooms. You just, you know, you can try all you want, but yeah, you're fighting a losing battle. Okay? They tell me the drug in marijuana is THC. Okay? And they tell me that's a class 1 narcotic, hallucinogenic, no medical value. Well, how come they hold the medical patent on it? Our government has held the medical patent since 1971 on cannabis. There you go. Right on, CS. Right on. I love that. No, God don't make a drug. Man's got to process it. Now, when you start genetically modify it and stuff, okay. But I'm talking about regular weed like we had in the 70s and this, that, and the other, you know. But they can make it a drug all they want. But you can go and eat all the cannabis you want. You can eat all this you want, and you ain't gonna get high. You will get sick before you get high, unless you smoke it or throw it in the toaster oven, get it up to a certain heat for so long, or cook it in a brownie or a butter. Because until heat is applied, it don't even do nothing to you. I'm not too bad at it. Hey, James, there's absolutely no problem with that. Hey, by the way, folks, my main thing has been on Facebook for years and years. Type in FOURTWENTYJIM, 420 Jim. That's my legal name. Type that in on Facebook and follow me if you like. Send me a friend request. I do a 7 p.m. 420. I have for a long time. And I have more friends over there and whatnot. You can go back on my timeline for years. Oh, I don't normally smoke doobies. Let me see if I got a paper here. And I'm not going to say that it's going to be the best one, you know, whatever. But, okay, I think there's enough clean there that I can do something with. Okay, ready, set, go. Ta-da! Oh, no, it shouldn't be a crime at all. Should have never been a crime. Our forefathers done it. And they didn't outlaw it because people got stoned. When it was first outlawed, it was mainly because of the pharmaceutical companies. That's why they made it a class 1 narcotic, so nobody could research it. Nixon did that when they found out, But William Randolph Hearst is the real culprit. He's the one that named it marijuana. He didn't want to get rid of, he didn't care if people got high. He wanted to get rid of the hemp plant. That would be hemp fuel, hemp paper, hemp plastic. Look up Henry Ford's hemp car. Henry Ford built a car made of basil straw, hemp, and resin. 10 times stronger than steel, and so much lighter. I forget the percentage, how much lighter. A guy bounces an axe off of it 3 times. Okay? It's like fiberglass, but it's not made with fiberglass. You can see it, and you can hear how he ran all them cars off of marijuana. Hemp fuel. If we went to hemp fuel, all the oil varnishes and stuff used to be made of hemp oil. Now, I'm not saying take away petroleum, but if we went back to the hemp fields and stuff and the petroleum, we'd be the world power. Yep, exactly. You're right. You're right there. Solars, Farmy, and Big Oil. It was William Randolph Hearst. He's the one that named it marijuana. It was spelt with an H, not a J. You know what they call fake news nowadays? It was called yellow journalism. If you want to have fun, go to Google and say, who started yellow journalism? It'll tell you William Randolph Hearst. Oh, you shouldn't have a prescription or nothing for pot. You don't need a prescription for alcohol. People die from alcohol every day. Tobacco, even caffeine. You don't need no prescription or nothing for that. And if you can't keep your kids out of it like a responsible person should, at least they ain't going to die from alcohol poisoning or something like that. And they're going to fall asleep and wake up feeling pretty good the next day. So, yeah, I disagree. If you can't be parent enough to lock your own pot up and stuff, but don't take it away for all the other people that's reasonable. I mean, all them things go away because it's been legal in some places for 10 years now. This is the first time I ever heard of somebody actually putting marijuana candies out. And I think someone finally did. Oh, yeah, mushrooms do that. Yeah, you got to be careful on them shrooms now. But see, that's another thing. And I tell people, if you need anything in life stronger than pot, eat a mushroom. Because it's another thing that is a psychological drug, I guess. But it won't kill you. You might do something stupid on or whatnot, but you can't OD on them or nothing. I mean, growing up, life sucked. Life sucked straight. And I wasn't into alcohol and stuff. And, cocaine I found out was really bad after many years of wasting my life. So now I just do cannabis. And if somebody was to come by and had a mushroom, and yeah, I'd probably just, eat it in a heartbeat. Oh gosh, that's too many. I think the pot nowadays sucks compared. Don't get me wrong. Don't let me finish. Okay, are there a couple of strains that will knock your dick in the dirt? Yeah, but see, I'm not into that knock your dick in the dirt stuff. They've just man, they've ruined pot. The pot we had back in the 70s and stuff was a lot better. A lot better. It was a lot better. I don't get cotton mouth. I don't get the munchies. They've taken all that away. It's all genetically modified now, most of it, or the stuff I can afford, which is the cheap stuff, $65 an ounce. That's pretty cheap from a dispensary. Okay. But, yeah, it's genetically modified crap. Yeah, I don't do the cocaine no more. Now, if you brought a whole dump truck full and gave me the key to it, I might change my mind. But, nah. Well, I hope more and more and more will y'all join me every day. Now, it'll be kind of boring until I get back on the road. I mean, I'll show you different things on the motorhome. I'll share stories from my other trip, the 10 years on the road and all, for those that don't want to go search and whatnot. But do please follow me and come back, or go on my Facebook, whatever. But by Monday, before Monday, there will be a brand new petition, a brand new mission and all. And I need you to at least check it out. And if you agree with it, sign it, share it. Man, I tell you, I'm not into the chemical grows, hydroponics and stuff. I'm just not into it. Do I smoke it and all? Yeah, that's all I can afford and all. But when I get where I can settle down, when we don't have pot prisoners and stuff, and I can just settle down in my life maybe, and hopefully be where it's legal, I want to grow some plants. But man, I'd do anything to get seeds from the 70s. Now, they got some more potent strains nowadays, but to me, that's not it. I don't want to smoke some pot and just pass out. I'd like to have the good old Gainesville green, or the creep weed, or I mean, we just had some of the best pot you ever smoked in your life. Now, maybe that's what you got to pay high dollar for in the dispensaries. I don't know, because I can't afford to buy it out of, Josh, I'm not just Stoner Grandpa. My legal name is 420 Jim. Google me. You can either put in 420JIM or spell out my name, FOURTWENTYJIM. Oh, Columbia Gold. God, I wish. Oh, Roman, right now I'm off the road. I'm off the road. I'm getting retina eye surgery. I'm in Black Canyon City, Arizona, getting eye surgery. And I'll be here until March. And after March, I want to get back on the road and do another trip to Washington, D.C., since we got a new president. When he was in president before, I did a march and stuff. I want to do a march on D.C. with Trump. I'm repainting the this used to be called the cannabis. I'm putting a new paint job on her and getting her decorated and ready to go on a brand new mission. It's probably going to end up being coast to coast. I am in Arizona. I don't know if I'll go over to California before I head to the East Coast, so yeah, it's a motorhome. If you Google 420 Jim, 420JIM, you'll see it. I've been on the road 10 years, crisscrossing 36 states. I held the first cannabis event ever done at Mount Rushmore. My co-host was Ross Don Meeks. Back before Trump first got in office, the bikers down at Merle's Inlet, Suck, Bang, Blow Bar had me come down there. I was down there a week for the bikers before Trump went in office the first time. But once I get her all decorated up, the crosses on it and the pot leaf and everything, and the windows done, and when you see me come through your town, if you happen to, when people come by, whether they donate a penny, a nickel, a dime, a dollar, or whatever, I let them write on the motorhome. So it don't take long, and it gets thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of signatures on it. Well, hey, Josh. Yeah, if people only knew. If people only knew, I would get some help. See, I can't be on TikTok. They won't let me be on TikTok. It took me 3 years to get Mark from Facebook to put my legal name, 420 Jim. I sent him a copy of my license and everything. I had to threaten to sue Mark at Facebook before he would put my 3 years it took me. Well, TikTok, as soon as they seen my hat or something, oh, they won't even, I can't build any type platform on TikTok. So, have to do it here on YouTube. Oh, I've been to North Carolina quite a few times. Yep, been to North Carolina. Graham, North Carolina. Oh, yeah, I got a cop in trouble there. Yeah, nice story from Graham. I got a cop in trouble there. He won't go over to the Flying J and pilot and mess with people no more, I don't think. But that'll be a story for another day. Well, my friends, I really appreciate everybody that came in today. I've got to cut this. I've got to feed my dogs and stuff before it gets dark because of my eye. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to try and do these every day at 4:20. Okay, and then again at 7 p.m. on Facebook. Look up my name, FOURTWENTYJIM on Facebook. And as always, peace, love, and cannabis for all. One team, one dream, united we stand, and if we try, we can all get along. My dogs, Jack, Lilu, and I all love you. Jesus loves you. Y'all have a wonderful day. See y'all tomorrow. Peace out.